Hey, hello and welcome everyone. I am duckyobrien, and today I'll be covering a game called SETTRIS. SETTRIS was developed and published by Zoo Corporation and was released onto the PC on June 15, 2023 with MSRP of $2.99. As always, the exact release date, pricing, and platforms may vary from region to region and platform to platform. Alright, why don't I get started? I lost my mind playing this game. I was trying to be at level 74, spent almost 2 hours on it. I gave up and I looked at the answer. I was like, screw it, no one wants to watch a video of me failing for 2 hours. So I'm re-recording this. Anyways, this is a puzzle game. It's like those, I don't know what you call them, tanagram puzzles? Anyways, you take Tetris pieces and then you try to fit it on a board. It's way harder than it looks like. Before that, let me show you what the music is like. It's fine, but it's always on, and I don't like that. So that's why I turn it off. Usually I like music to underscore key moments or accent certain moments. I don't want it on all the time because it does get grating, no matter how good the music is. Also, Zoo Corporation, they're a bunch of friendly folks. They always send me keys for their games even if I don't ask for it, so I try my best to cover it. You might have seen a few of their games from before. They make these Big Booba anime girl puzzle games. I'm not really a big fan of the Big Booba, but the puzzle games are pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna start on level 1 to show you what the general game is like, and I could still fail this. Okay. There we go. Oh. Why is this so loud? Hold up. Let me lower that just a tad. Okay. So we're gonna do a few of these levels, and then we're gonna go to the harder ones, and I'm gonna show you how difficult it can get. I'm really bad at these games, so if y'all got any tips, let me know, because I would love to get better at this type of game. I just don't know how to do it. I am struggling with these easy puzzles. Okay. My god, level 74 I was stuck on for 2 hours and then I had to use a guide to get past it. I still can't get over that. Man, I just wish I was better at these type of games, you know? Like I just... How do you do this one? Oh, yeah, like this, yeah. Trying so hard. I was using my brain. It didn't work. I think I'm dumb. These are fairly easy to visualize. Okay. I'm just sticking them in and then... Like, are these supposed to be shapes? Okay, I feel like they're representing things. Also, this is still too loud for me. I'm gonna lower it. Weird. Okay. Yeah, like what is that? Oh, oops. I forgot what level I was on. Sorry, I'm a little frazzled-dazzled because of that level I was stuck on for so long. My goodness. Like, goodness gracious, dude. Like, holy cow. Okay. I'm sure I did this, I just solved it a different way. There's a couple things I wish these puzzles had hints, because I was stuck and I could not get past it. And I was like, how do you Like, how do you do this? Like, I tried so hard and I just failed miserably. Now, I could stand to get better, obviously. I just don't know how to get better. Man, these guys are awesome, cause man, working at games coverage is super difficult. Getting traffic towards games is super hard. Let's try level 75 for just a little bit. Actually, let's go back. Screw level 74. But I've been doing it for about 3 years. I've been, you know, streaming the game. Oh, that color block means that you have to put that color there. So I have been doing it for quite a while now, and you know, I would stream the game. Every key I got, if they emailed me an offer, if they gave me an offer on Keymailer, no matter how ghetto the game looked, I would always cover it. I would stream it for at least an hour. I tried to do at least 4, and then I would quit my stream after I cover my queue of games, and then I would go and make the YouTube preview like this, where it's just me playing the game and talking over it. And I realize that's not what people want to watch. I totally understand that. And then, but there's a reason why I do this, you know, like I believe this is the only way to show off the game in its actual state without making it look too good. You know, you don't want the game to look perfectly fun when there's a lot of tedious parts, there's a lot of boring parts that you don't want to deal with. So I try my best to show the entire gameplay without editing it, and I do my best to do that, make it as accurate and honest as possible. And yeah, so where would that piece go? What? I don't even have a piece that fits that. So this one is clearly wrong. But yeah, it's rough. So I'm playing these games, and certain days I would work, you know, 18 hours a day because I had so many games to cover. The reason being, I would use sites like Keymailer and Terminals, and I think Press Engine. There were a couple others that I used, but it's really hard to get keys approved because they want to give it to channels with a lot of traffic. And mind you, you only get a free game key, and you don't get paid at all. So people might think, oh, that's awesome, you get a free game key. But yeah, but like, you can't eat with those game keys. You can't pay rent with them. So I totally understand. I don't think I'm entitled to receive games for free at all. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying that the amount of traffic they wanted in exchange for these keys were absolutely insane. In terms of like getting that amount of traffic, if you were to take out like a Google ad campaign, it would be expensive. So the fact that these companies wanted so much traffic for a free game key, it was ridiculous, and it kind of got a little bit, you know, you got jaded a little bit because everyone wants to use you, and if they can't use you, then they won't even bother looking at you. And I'm not saying everyone is like this. There's a few outlets that are pretty good. I think Terminals is still pretty good. There are indie devs, publishers, and PR people who would work with you no matter what size you are, and those guys are awesome. But unfortunately, there are very few of them. And yeah, so so Zoo Corporation is one of the few developers that will actually respond to your emails, and they'll thank you. Like, they'll thank you for covering the game. And then not only that, I typically, if they respond to me, if they want it, I will email them links to my coverage. I don't want them to do anything with it. It's just I'm showing that I make coverage, and if they wanted to track it for analytics. But these guys will link everything that I made on their Twitter account, and they will support me in every possible way by spreading my coverage to all the outlets they have. And that's wild. That's wow, that's giving me traffic. That's giving me legitimacy as a person who covers games. And when I see that, I'm like, I want to help these guys more, you know? Like, I don't want to tell people to buy their games. It's more like I want as many people to see their games and then decide whether or not they want to buy it or not. That's my main goal for coverage. It's not for me to promote a game in a positive light. It's just to show people that it exists. That's the whole point of games coverage. Games, if you review a game, it should be accurately predicting whether or not a person reading, watching, listening to your review will like the game or not. That is the point of a review. A review isn't me saying I think the game is good. The review is I'm going to predict if you have these qualities, if you have these personality traits, that you may like this game or you may dislike this game. That's the goal of a review. So reviews are harder to make because it requires me to fully play the game, fully understand what type of people would like the game, what type of people will be turned off by the game. There's a lot of research that goes into that. So I make previews. It's just, here's the game, this is what it's like, and you may want to play it or not. So yeah, so I've been doing that for a while, and so very few people want to help you out in any way. So when I see people who genuinely want to help, it's amazing. It feels great. And I remember there was a controversy back then with IGN underpaying, their journalists. Like they put out a job listing, and I remember Moist covered it where it's like super low, right? Guess what? Most of the video game journalists out there covering games do it for free. Like it's guys like me, and we don't get a lot of traffic individually, but if you combine all the traffic we get, it's a significant portion. It's just that there's hundreds of thousands of people just grinding content, trying our best to make the best review, preview content we can, anything to get eyeballs on the game, just because we want it, for the love of video games, for wanting to support all the people that make it. And yeah, it's greedy corporations ruin it. So I'll give you a great example. Microsoft. My god. Microsoft's not the only one, but so what they want in exchange for Game Pass, like I think it was 6 months or 3 months or a year even, they wanted you to get like something ridiculous, like 500,000 views or something. I was like, you are absolutely insane if the only thing you're giving out is a key. And I'm just saying in terms of like purchasing that much traffic or impressions with Google ads, it would cost way more. So I'm like, what the heck? Why is it that you guys want stuff for free, but you're not willing to pay us or support us in any possible way? So that's why it gets a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. Nothing much you can do about it. It is, unfortunate reality of doing games coverage. But yeah, I like doing it. I did burn out quite a bit because, it's very soul crushing to be treated like that all the time. How would I get that piece? How would I get this? It's hard to talk and play this game at the same time. There's probably like a couple of threads of thoughts that I totally lost track of and forgot. But it's fine. Nothing I say is really important. It doesn't really help, does it now? If I do this. It does not help at all either. I don't know what I'm doing. The reality is, I spent 3 years making coverage instead of trying to learn how to get traffic, because that would have been more valuable to, the people making the games. And I sure tried my best, but my best wasn't good enough. And now I'm learning about how to get traffic, like what gets traffic. I'm trying to put more effort into that. I don't solely want to get traffic. I think if you do that, you lose sight of why you're making games coverage in the first place. So I'm trying not to turn into a person where I only care about traffic. It's kind of hard though, because if you don't put all your effort into getting traffic, you don't. You just don't get any. It's the sad truth. It's a sad reality. I see a lot of people, even people I know, talking about like, oh, you know, YouTube's so easy. If I started a channel, I can get a lot of traffic, and I'm like, you're delusional. I can't talk to these people anymore about it because they think it's so easy. And I'm like, why don't you do it then? Why don't you do it? They make one video, they get like, you know, very little views on it, and then they quit because it's like, oh, they didn't get immediate results. And I'm like, I've been grinding for so long, and I'm finally understanding the platform little by little. That's why I understand why it takes so long to get good at getting traffic. It truly is another skill set. Yeah, this is a little bit confusing. Like, where do you put this guy? Like, what the heck? Where did this guy go? Where do you go? Oh. And where do you go now? What if I put that in the, oh, wait a second. That doesn't really make any bit of difference now, does it? Yeah, I see there's a little bit there, so a mess. But yes, I am trying my best to bring... Oh, we did it. Oh my god, we're finally broke the curse after level 74, man. Trying my best. What I figured is, you don't have to necessarily make things that are trending, but you do have to provide the most value to the person watching your video. That's what I figured. That's how you do well on YouTube or any platform. How do you provide the most value? It's not about your videos looking the best. It's not your videos following trending topics. It's about providing value. And what I mean by that is, whatever the person is looking for, you're doing it better than other people. So for example, this is the biggest tip I give to people starting out if you want to grow your channel and get traffic. Make guides and put a whole lot of effort into making your guide as valuable as possible. So you want to make a script because you don't want to just fumble over your words. You don't want to, you know, take a long time and just ramble on like I am right now. That's why I know these previews aren't very watchable to a lot of people. It's just for me to kind of talk about what I want, just rant a little bit. Although I have been just making rant videos where I record myself just talking about random things. Some of them do pretty okay, some of them don't. It's to be expected, I totally understand that. But yeah, it's just like, can I put anything there? No, I can't. So where do you go? Where do you belong? Maybe I can put it up there. But yeah, make guides and script it. Make the, like, edit the script so that it's concise as possible. You want a mix of covering enough information for new players and then, you know, having enough depth to be useful to people who are experts in the game. Maybe not experts, but people who've been playing for a little bit. So everyone who watches your guide will find that there's something there. And so far, I'm not the best at making guides. After making them for a little bit, I realize I still have a long ways to go in terms of making my guides better, but okay, that's not gonna fit there. How do I do this? Maybe you don't go there. Okay, screw it. I'm just gonna talk. It's good. We'll take a break from the game a little bit. It's hurting my brain. But, you know, write a script, edit the heck out of the script, make sure it's correct. I still have errors in my scripts when I look back. No matter how hard I try, you're only human, it's natural. If you do make a mistake, try to fix it by making an annotation in the comments, you know, or in the description somewhere, you know, somehow let the people know if there's a mistake in there. Sometimes I, you know, miscalculate numbers, do the math wrong, or like for example, I made a Tectonica guide and I misrepresented build numbers because I had an upgrade. I totally forgot to give the base number instead of the upgrade number because it's significantly faster. But yeah, you know, and I try to find footage, I record it, and then I make sure it's helpful visually. And if that's not enough information, I try to have a little bit of text. I love making overlays with charts on there. That's what I did for Astroneer. That's what people came to appreciate for my guide videos. If they like it, they stuck around. I saw a few other Astroneer content creators, you know, copy my style. I don't know if they're copying me, but you know, I feel like I was the first one to do that. Anyways, I'm just bragging there a little bit because I, you know, I want validation. Validate me, fellas, please. I don't get a lot of it, but you know, you're trying to provide as much value to the person trying to get help. So the more concise it is, the more condensed it is, the more information, as more depth it has, it'll be valuable to all levels of players looking for information, and that's why my guides do pretty okay. I sometimes I mess up with the SEO. I'm still getting used to that. I don't know how to do it well. I'm not using any tools. I'm broke, okay? So I just go with my gut feeling, and sometimes it does well, sometimes it doesn't, and it is what it is. But that's how I manage to get traffic. And then another thing is, you know, finding other ways to get more exposure. So I used Reddit way back in my Astroneer days. I made videos specifically for Reddit. They're highly edited. There's no narration. It's just music. It's like it was 3 minutes long or shorter. And then I uploaded it to Reddit and I linked my YouTube video. Now, most of the time you want to upload just a video directly to Reddit because people don't like it when you're chasing clout. But when you put in a lot of effort and care into your content, and then you upload it on Reddit, which is specifically made for Reddit. You know, I got a lot of videos where it just instantly got 1,000 views that day because of Reddit, all from Reddit. I had 100 upvotes on a couple of videos, and that equated to 1,000 views on YouTube. So it jump started the algorithm, favoring me for Astroneer content. I wish I kept that going, so that's why I'm trying so hard with Tectonica. But you know. So it's finding ways to provide the maximum value and then trying to find ways to get maximum exposure. Not necessarily on the platform itself, although YouTube, in my opinion, is the easiest to get exposure on, other than TikTok. So TikTok, the traffic doesn't really convert, and even with YouTube Shorts, the traffic doesn't really convert to other forms of content, but at least the subscriber count and view count go to your channel. So when I realized this, I was like, man, my videos don't give a lot of value to the person watching. And that's why I get why I don't have a lot of traffic for a lot of my videos for my games coverage. And I'm still not going to change how I do it in terms of these type of videos. But I will try out different formats. Like recently I made a preview video with no talking, and the footage for each game was like 1 minute to 90 seconds long, 2 minutes at most, and I put a bunch of games together. Didn't really know how to optimize it for a search engine, but you know, it's like I'm trying out different things. I'm trying to provide the most value to the person trying to get help or entertainment, right? Entertainment I'm working on, because entertainment is hard to sell. That's why people think that if they copy someone else's format, if they copy what other people are doing, they'll be like, oh, if I'm as funny as this person, then I will grow. But the thing is, it's not just the entertainment, it's the clout. They find that person funny because they're already famous. Now, you know, you might not think that, but it's true. Our perception of the value that a person provides in terms of content or anything, it's heavily reliant on how we perceive them in terms of their clout on the internet. It's the same with shopping on Amazon, where if you see a product, what do? You go look for the reviews almost immediately. You look for the product with the most 5-star reviews, and then you have to sort through the fake ones now because that's an issue, right? So, if there's a content creator and two of them made similar pieces of content, but one has 6 million views and the other has 100, who are you gonna naturally gravitate towards, right? It's just naturally like that, unless they are so excellent. They're literally the best at doing what they're doing. It's gonna be very hard to succeed. So that's what it takes. You have to put in a lot of effort into each piece of content, whatever it is you're making, and trying. Your goal can't be selfish. It has to be. I mean, it can be, but your primary goal has to be providing the maximum value to the person. That has to be your singular goal, and that looks, it comes in different ways depending on what you're trying to make. If you're making music, it's different. What is maximum value in terms of music compared to like a piece of entertainment, video game related videos? It's different, right? So you have to understand who your audience is and what they're looking for. So I'm trying to get better at that. I'm very stubborn. I like making videos the way that I want to. Like this. I'm ranting. I'm rambling. I'm not even playing the game right now. I'm gonna call it quits here. I should save these for my ramble videos so people, if they want to watch that, they can watch that. And apologize for people looking for gameplay here. My brain is frazzled. Look, I've been trying to solve level 74 for 2 hours. I gave up. I looked at the answer. I'm not proud of myself right now. I still have that video. It's 2 hours long. I'm not gonna release that. If you guys want to watch that, let me know. I will release it. But yeah, I was ashamed of myself. Alright, that's it. I'm gonna call it quits now. Thank you once again to the developers. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys do well. Again, my goal isn't to tell everyone, look, this game's awesome, check it out. It's more like, this game exists. Take a look at it. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you won't. Anyways, I'm gonna call it quits here before I keep rambling, but yeah. I'm trying my best, fellas. I'm trying to improve a little by little, but one thing I realize is I'm just very incapable. I'm just bad, I'm trying to get better, but I realize I'm bad, so I'm trying to improve. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, but it's, I'm always gonna try my best. Alright, I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you for watching as always. I do appreciate all you guys.